What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Big Boys podcast.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
How do you not know the name?
She hasn't watched it, obviously.
This is our sister.
Hello.
She had a sombrero on.
I'm also a big boy. So
Introduce yourself.
Isabel.
Okay.
My name's Isabel. There you go. Is that good enough?
Yeah,
That's good enough.
Okay, perfect.
Josiah's back here.
I am. I'm back.
From firefighting?
From firefighting and all kinds of crazy, wacky incidents and adventures. Maybe even a little bit of pizzazzing. And
Give us a story.
About
that.
Well, guys, there's so many to think of.
So many.
One of a good event, a little event that happened was when it was nighttime and these kids they started a fire in town.
Oh.
And I went there and just was like, okay, put it out and whatnot. And then we had a call and we had to go to another fire.
They're probably starting them all over town.
Yeah, they started another fire, and then when I got there, there's like this guy's fence that was just burning. It was like a whole fence burning around a yard right by a house, and then there was a little like bush area that was burning, and I was like, oh snap! And I started running there with the hose, and I was like, this is real life. And then I just started to just hose down the fence, and I was like, I just felt like a hero. I was like putting it out, and then I was like, I just saved this guy's house, put everything out, and.
I mean, you probably kind of did.
Pretty much just saved that guy and everything around there. So that was really fun because
sounds cool.
It was at nighttime, and usually we don't get to fight fires at night. So that was like one of the coolest moments of the year when I got to go in the fire truck.
Oh, really?
And then I think I could hit a pretty big boulder. It was probably like this big.
In the fire truck?
It was big.
Good thing you didn't break the diff.
But the fire
was
truck
it on the back or the front?
Is like they've broke it many times, so they keep building it.
They probably like builded it up like a lot.
They keep building it bigger and bigger because it keeps getting broken. So
would have been another upgrade, man.
Yeah, it would have been another upgrade, but so that was kind of scary when I hit that big rock, but it was no big deal. But when I got there, I saw all the flames and stuff, and at night it's like the only like light around basically, because there's no street lights on the reserve or anything. It's just like all dark. So it looked a lot bigger than it actually was, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Like I thought it was. I like got a little bit nervous for a second. I thought it was gonna be.
It was burning.
I thought it was gonna be a little bit shy, but I didn't be shy at all.
Didn't be
shy against just a fire.
Oh my god!
No, I thought
hi fire.
I'm shy.
With the water hose, you're
That's
just
shy.
like,
That's the shy move.
So bad.
That's the shy move.
People use it so bad now.
She doesn't know.
just with the water, you're just like spritz.
Is this hurting you? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is this okay?
But anyways, that was one of the cool fires that I.
That's
it was just like because there's where I work. There's like a lot of little town fires because the kids always start fires and stuff. So it was kind of cool to work there, but I don't really want to do it again because I don't really like fighting in the town. It's like it's okay, but it's just kind of awkward because it's not really what I applied for. So.
In the town,
it was like I guess it was better than just sitting around the base. Like there was like
I guess that's probably what they do if there's not bigger
a couple
fires.
shifts where you had to sit. A couple shifts where we like had a fire every day, so it was like really busy. And then at the end of the season, I got to go up to Northwest Territories. I don't know if you guys know about this, but then I got to go to a fishing lodge. And the fire there wasn't that crazy. We put in lots and lots of line. This was a huge fire. I think it was like 45,000 hectares or something.
Ooh.
And we put in like tons and tons of line. And I don't know, there was nothing like really crazy happening there. When I was in northern Saskatchewan, there was like a little bit of torching and stuff. And I never was like that close to like, I wasn't really close to danger or anything. The most dangerous thing is the like trees with all the roots burnt out on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I have lots of stories, but I can't recall them all right now because I'm being shy.
Like the fire incident.
Like the fire incident. You gotta work over that.
Up in Northwest, it was really fun. I think we had about 4 or 5 lines that we worked in about 15 days of actual fire line, and then the other 2 days were kind of just hanging around the base and setting up tents and stuff. It was pretty lame.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, it was pretty fun because I got to meet all the people up there, and it's pretty cool. I met a guy that worked at like a fishing slash Northern Lights viewing lodge. So up there, it's big tourism to just like view the Northern Lights.
Fishing.
And it's a bunch of Chinese tourists and also Japanese tourists come there to like view the Northern Lights.
Right,
that's cool.
And it was really cool. He has this. It's like a snowcat kind of, but it's more beefed up, and like it's. I could find it eventually, and forget what it's called. It's by Mercedes. Mercedes makes this big snow tank basically thing. And they think it's like really cool because they dress it up in all camo and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But he was talking to me and he's like, his name is like Ivik, and then he's like Ivik the Terrible or something. And he was like, I don't know where he's from though, but he had been in the Northwest Territories his whole life, and he was telling me about all the kinds of fish up there and the raven that he was like nursing back to health or whatever. Like there was a raven in his backyard that like became like his pet kind of and stuff. It was really cool. It's kind of like. Cool. Really interesting.
Growing up
interesting to meet people up there.
Yeah.
And all the Northwest Territories firefighters, like the indigenous people up there. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that they said that you have to be indigenous to firefight up there just so that they have jobs for people.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I could be wrong. They might have been just joking. I don't know. But
they joke a lot of
it might have just been a joke. But no, it was good. There's lots of, and I got to fish. We got to go to a fishing lodge and fish there.
Some nice trout.
And I don't know. Yeah, there's.
It's cool.
I had one of the guys from my base. We were walking to I think it was we were walking to cut a helipad, and it was just starting to rain, and there's all this reindeer moss. I think reindeer moss is the one that gets slippery. There's a certain moss on the rocks that gets like really slippery when it's wet. And he was like, he was going down this. It was probably like a 12-foot cliff at least.
Slide down?
He was about halfway down the 12-foot cliff, and he was like, "You gotta watch out for these. You gotta watch out for these loose rocks." And he just fell, but he like landed on his feet, and then he kind of did like he landed on like super soft moss, like probably 2 feet thick moss. So he was fine, but it looked crazy from above. I was just watching him. And he just got air for like 4 feet. I was like, oh. He's just like, oh. He just started to laugh, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like
right as he tells
the guy's he's just crazy. Like, oh man, that would have been bad.
Watch out for the loose rocks.
If he got hurt, I don't know, because
we did it as a demonstration on purpose.
Like what not to do.
Because in this area where we're going to make a pad, I guess apparently there was pre-scouting done, but there was 3 lakes and there was no places to land, and the pilot came into a lake, and it was like there's this silt on top of the water that looked like sand. And he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do a hover exit here." And then our crew leader was like, "No, it looks a lot it looks a lot shallower than it is. Don't do it here." Because we all basically knew we all looked at each other and we were just like, "Oh no, like don't do it," because we would have probably been over our heads if we hover exited there. No, in the lake, because it was just
like you were jumping out of the helicopter.
We're hover exiting out of the helicopter.
Sliver of water. Or like a sliver of sand, and then it was like
a sliver of like this like muskeggy foam that looks like sand.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so then thank goodness our crew leader knew what he was doing. We went to another lake, and I don't know why he didn't land on the far end of the lake, but he came to this one rock and he was hovering there, and it was just crazy because it was like a 10-foot rock. And the helicopter was just hovering there like sideways, and we had to get out, and it was all slippery and stuff. It was pretty crazy, but it's fun doing hover exits and stuff and getting out of helicopters like that. You just have to stay low, and then but it would have been bad if that guy got hurt, because we would have had no way of getting him out of there. Like that hover exit where we came out on that rock. Yeah. There's no way we could have got him into that helicopter. We could have, but it would have been a real pain, because a hover exit is when the helicopter comes down and it holds power. So it'll come down like this, and the pilot just holds on the throttle, and he's like, "Okay, you guys can leave."
You would have had
and
to
you're still hovering here.
How many guys?
When you come down onto the skid,
would have had to go up with him if. If you were carrying him, two guys would have to
also
hold the kind of thing and then bring them
Yeah.
up.
And also when you're
It'd be
hovering,
hard. But.
you have the skid down here that you come down from
Right,
the
yeah,
helicopter,
you'd-
or you come
oh,
in.
yeah, right,
When
you're
you
doing
hop
the
on
thing.
that skid, the
Oh,
pilot
yeah.
feels that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if the pilot's not in, you're just throwing the helicopter. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's
It's a big.
if an injury happens, you don't
It's
really
very
want to do a
difficult,
hover exit
yeah.
ever for an injury because
No.
or sorry, that's a hover.
Entrance?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I know what it's called, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of like kind of
Man, that's
close
good.
calls like that and stuff where it's like, oh, this is a safety agency. We should be.
Safe.
But like they try to be really safe, but then when people go on the field,
I
and
mean-
they just want to break all the rules and stuff. So it's kind of just like at a certain point, you just tell someone a certain amount of times, and you're just like, okay, I've told you like 5,
Yeah,
10
they can't-
times,
they can't do it
and I'm just gonna keep myself safe now because you don't want to be safe. But I don't know.
Stay away from me.
It was fun though. That probably one of the funnest parts about fires was going in helicopters,
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
I kind of hope
Cool
that I get to
thing.
fight like I don't know. I hope that I can get closer to fires because like I don't know. I felt like I didn't fight that many like big fires this year. That's why I didn't really like the town fires, not the town itself,
Yeah.
just
Little boy
the
fire.
fighting the little fires in town. It's like ugh, another little fire.
Another little kid starting a fire.
A little child
It actually-
committing arson.
It actually is,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of why I don't want to go back there, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Go
Sounds
to the
good.
Yukon.
Sounds good.
You went.
I'll go. I want to go
No,
fishing
I
there.
went to
hey, Matt?
Northwest.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's very
That
similar.
lodge.
Yellowknife is where I went,
Oh, all right.
kind
Yeah.
of.
Kind of.
But
Yeah.
I could probably think of more, but one time when I was like in charge of these type 3 firefighters, we call them. I was in charge of them, and our pump was in this really like shallow from the edge of the shore all the way out like 100 feet. It was like probably like a foot of water, and it was all this silty like gross like beaver. I guess there was like a bunch of beavers in the area and stuff.
Oh,
and it was
like
just like
sticks and mud and stuff.
yeah, it was really
Oh.
silty, and I couldn't get that pump running. Like it kept dying and losing pressure and stuff. So I had to keep running back and forth like all day. It was exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
And I was there, and I fixed it. And I started walking away, and then it died. And then I started walking back, and they're like, "There's a tree torching here." Like my guys just radio me. We need water right now. And I'm like, "Of course." I just started running to the pump, and I got it going like pretty quickly. But in
Yeah.
like super silty spots like that, it's a really
That would be
pain
tough,
to
yeah,
pain to get it running. But
Yeah, I
'cause,
guess it doesn't flow.
in Saskatchewan, they don't have this box that like filters stuff out.
Oh yeah, on the
So you
pump.
have to take your toolbox and then put your hose into the toolbox with spruce boughs and stuff. Like it works usually, but it's just kind of a pain. In Manitoba they have like a box that's designed for the
Yeah,
hose
you
to
could
go
just-
into. So
yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know how well that box works. But I think
You
I've
could
heard it
even
works
have
pretty
like
good.
you could have like a grate on there too, like a net or something like. Some stuff will get stuck in there. So
Yeah, like on the end of the
That probably
hose,
wouldn't be-
there's a foot valve. It's called a foot valve,
Is there?
and it
Oh.
has like little holes in it,
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
and it lets water in. But
oh, okay.
sometimes it usually gets clogged pretty easily. So
Hmm.
not super easily, but
You want one?
beer.
not right now.
Here.
I'm trying to lay off a ginger
Oh.
beer right now.
Whoa.
How about
Non-alcoholic's the way to go, kids.
this is ginger beer?
Oh, we've already been talking for 13 minutes. It's all been me.
How about Isabel?
Matthew, do you have any stories? you
Yeah,
wanna tell?
Matthew or
Yeah.
Isabel, like Matthew, about your life, work, or
Yeah, tell us your life
You
story.
can tell us
My
Yes.
life story. Once upon a time,
Amazing. Already.
last week.
oh,
My life started last
wow,
week.
this is a great starting to a
This is
title.
great. Just story
You're
time.
still employed at that employer, so you shouldn't make bad jokes about that.
Shush.
You
Yeah.
can you can talk about you can talk about you can
It's not a
talk
story.
talk about
Catching you.
like
Oh, I think we were talking about that.
I don't know like working out with your knee and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
He is
So,
to rehab his knee.
I'm in the process of rehabbing my knee.
He's in
He's
rehab.
non-alcoholic.
He's in rehab right now. We weren't supposed to bring this up on the podcast.
Well,
That was on the no touch list.
it's gone now.
He's live
Let
now.
him speak. Let him speak.
Okay.
It's your
Speak, you
moment.
fool. So yeah, I'm in the process of healing my knee because a couple of years ago I got dislocated,
How'd you do that?
and it's
Yeah.
a funny little story because it's,
Is it now?
super hilarious. So this is back in the playoffs and starting the playoffs in the I think it was a
This is like 2017.
shush.
He's still.
This
I'm
is
helping
like,
you.
What is this? 2004 minus 3, 2019, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
Pre-COVID.
And yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Good
it was
times.
good. It was a Winnipeg Jets versus Calgary Flames, I believe.
Was
the
it?
first home
Oh.
game? It was the first game, and we went over to a friend's house to watch the game, and it was gonna be super exciting. We brought 2 liters of Coke, 2 of them, and I had them in my
Deadly.
hands, and I was ready to set them down on the table. So I'm going over the table, and I look to my left, see the table's free and wide open. I'm like, okay, that's great. I look to my right,
Oh, yeah.
I see the lowest couch I've ever seen in my entire life. I had to look twice, like, what is this? I thought it was a bench, but no, it's a couch. So I look, I was like, okay, fine. So I just turned, I says, okay, I'm going to do 2 things at once. I'm going to sit down and put Pop on the table. Don't do that.
Oh,
It's a trigger. You know what a trigger is?
don't do that.
And yeah, so the pop went down the table, and I went down on the couch, and my knee went out on the left.
So, how does that even happen? You sat down on the couch.
Just don't turn and twist. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, then I ended up missing the hockey game, and yeah, I went to the hospital and got it fixed there, and basically wasn't able to play hockey for that winter, and then about not last year, but the year before that, so it was 2 years ago, almost now. I had little semi dislocations. I had like a dozen of them, so that just made it worse.
Yikes.
And now it got to the point where it's like so weak that I couldn't even play hockey at all. So I haven't played hockey in 2 years. So I'm actually
He's coming back.
I'm coming
He's
back.
coming back.
Rehab.
Rehab.
He's rehab.
I'm like 8 weeks in, and it's going good. I'm seeing lots of improvements. Wasn't able to do like a partial squat. Now I can actually do like to the range of like a chair, so I can sit down on a chair and then go back up.
Oh,
on
we
my
can
own
finally
chair.
sit down.
But
not twisting. You have to
It's
sleep
been a
standing.
struggle over the
No
past.
twisting,
It's
no
just like a
twisting.
5
forklift. It
years.
does not. It just goes straight down and back up. That's kind of the way you're supposed to do it.
You have to buy one of those chairs then.
Well, like, it's like
It stands you up for you. You're slowly
Oh,
just-
Matt's sitting down again.
Gotta help
You just
back
hear
up.
it.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
8 weeks
crazy.
in, I'm hoping for middle November, December. That's
Yeah.
my date that I'm hoping for. We'll see how it goes. I won't go until I get good confirmation. So
Yeah, make sure.
yeah, taking it slow.
100%.
So if anyone is ever dealing with an injury, I'd say make sure you do exercises because you'll never get better unless
Take
you
your
go to it.
time.
Take your time. Don't
Well,
push it. Don't
if
rush.
you don't-
Everything
if you
takes
can.
time. Everything takes healing. Don't push yourself, or you'll be far behind.
Everything
Wow.
takes healing.
Stay committed.
Oh,
Wow.
let's
Did it.
go. Thank you for the motivation. Let's go.
Oh,
Great story.
that's great.
Thank
It's
you
great. I
so
remember-
much.
Isabel,
remember-
I
No.
want to think about that.
Well, you think
You think?
later.
You think
Do you
later?
want,
I'm gonna
do you want
think
to
out
talk
loud about
what
that.
your plans are for different things?
I could. No, I was just gonna add. I remember
Oh.
going over to visit Brianna, his sister,
Mm-hmm.
and his right after this
Name drop.
happened. Sorry, no names are being. That doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
I went over right when I get in the door. His dad is like, "Oh, you want to see something? You want to see something?" I'm like, "What do I want to see?" And it's Matthew on the stinking hospital bed with his knee like. I'm like,
Oh.
"Oh, Mr. Crow, no, no."
Name drop.
Sorry, no. Papa doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
And I'm like, "Oh no." And so he was just laughing. He was dying, and I was just looking at this wonky knee on the
Just
side of
laughing
his
at his
leg.
pain so much.
And he was smiling in the back row with his thumb up, and I was like, "He's fine. I'm sure he's fine." I was like, "When did this happen?"
Oh my goodness.
That was all I had to say. I was just remembering it as the story went along.
That is so crazy. man.
You want to see something? Boom!
That's literally how it worked. I was like, I guess so. Oh, it was funny. But
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, it was great. For me, nothing. Like, what exciting things do I have to add?
I don't know.
Anything.
Your plans.
Anything plans?
to
Previous things?
Brandon or
Anytime you've
previous
climbed a rock
things?
structure, gotten lost
guess.
maybe
I don't know.
at the
And
trade
slipped on
show,
moss.
and walked home.
So they can know.
Walked
So the podcast can know about you, I guess. I
Oh,
don't
okay. I was a simple child. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna start that far. I don't know. I can give you the lowdown of when people ask me. I like to cook.
know. Yeah.
Going to school in Brandon, Manitoba. That's a name drop too, right? No,
Name
it's-
drop.
It's fine. That
What?
doesn't matter.
Brandon Manitoba. That's fine.
Here you
It's a
go.
location.
Making sure. Yeah, going to
Doesn't even know what name
for
that
culinary
is.
arts and
Yep. What's your favorite thing to cook? Like,
that's.
I'm sorry.
You know, it's
What?
like when someone asks you what's your favorite
depends.
song or what's your favorite movie, it's like you forget anything that you've ever listened to or watched in your life.
I don't think that I've ever done that.
Okay.
What's your favorite movie?
Probably Inception.
I say that every time because it's like the one that we say that every
I guess
single
you're
The
right.
time.
Penguins
so-
of Madagascar movie.
Oh,
that one's good.
That one's good.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Barbecue is always fun. Barbecue is like self-care.
Oh yeah, barbecue. Yeah.
Self-care barbecue is great. That's
Self-care barbecue? What?
Like, you know, like self-care. You know what self-care is? Like when you take a day.
It's
to,
like
like-
therapy.
Oh.
like therapy, right?
Oh.
I know you
Sounds
don't
like
know
what
some
that
people
is,
think that's
but-
for wusses.
Some people watch.
Oh, you better watch yourself before you go. I'm gonna
Sounds
send
like,
you.
sounds like something that happens when you're a wuss.
You're gonna.
when you're not a man.
Oh,
When you're a man.
misogyny is coming
Man,
out.
man.
It's my floor, men.
Okay.
Simple people.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
When
Be
you're-
complicated right now. Go.
Listen, let me tell you.
You let me tell you
When
something.
you're a man,
When you're a man.
you don't talk about your feelings, and
You don't listen.
self-care.
Self-care.
You don't self-care, and you don't listen, like Matt said.
What was
I'm
that?
pretty sure you guys should have known that
What was
by
that?
now.
She's not listening. She's being a man.
Oh, big
She's
boy.
not
Big boy.
Ah,
I'm
yes.
already good at this. I'm already winning. I should be better than you guys soon. Anyways. Yeah, I'm going to
Oh,
Brandon.
goodness.
I'm
Big Girls Podcast.
Big Girls Podcast is starting.
Oh no.
I feel like that exists
Oh,
already. We
I
should-
can't-
Probably already a thing. What
Oh
do you mean we'll
goodness.
get canceled?
I'm just joking.
We can't get canceled.
I'm
We're too
joking.
cool.
Okay.
Oh,
Speak for
goodness.
yourself.
I prove it's
I will speak for myself.
yeah, I'm
Always do.
oh my
I
gosh,
know.
you guys are so chowdery. It's so stupid. Going to work
say
at the
clam
police department. I'm going to work at the police department soon. If they ever call me
Don't say
back.
too much about that.
There's nothing else to
I
say.
know,
That's all
but-
public. That's all public.
All public knowledge.
Swear.
What?
That's all public information.
Okay.
If you get arrested, you're in this place, I'll see you.
We don't want to.
I don't know.
We have
Many criminal viewers. Are you assuming because we're men that we have criminal viewers?
Yeah. Hey man, I don't make the rules, okay? You guys don't listen.
Oh, just
so
because.
We don't listen to laws.
Oh.
You're
Don't
saying.
Yeah, maybe if we had more hairs in our ears, then we'd listen.
Less.
She has hair covering
The
her
hair
ears.
in your
but
ears helps you listen. Everyone knows that.
I don't think that's true. You should fact check
It's not
yourself.
clickbait.
Oh my word.
Guys,
But yeah,
as you
so
can see,
funny.
I'm really buff.
if I didn't have my sweater on, I'd show you guys.
Ow!
Oh, Josiah hurt
Oh my
his jaw.
Oh,
Yeah, he got hit by a
that
tree.
hurt.
You could tell that story to
I
end.
shouldn't
Yeah.
have flexed.
Go on.
You should have to though.
So, guys,
Okay.
let's let her finish.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I
What,
was just
what
like,
do you want to say?
you want to say something? Oh, anyway. No, I'm getting money. I'm gonna get a motorcycle
Getting money? Okay.
next
Yep.
summer.
Money.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be. I'm thinking
Getting a Ninja
probably
450,
a Ninja
right?
450. Probably a Ninja
It's a good
450.
beginner bike. So.
But there's some good ones. There's a couple.
Yeah.
Honda's a decent. I'm thinking like Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki though has a really good Kawasaki.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Ninja 450.
Yeah, it's similar style of the Ninja 2, kind of.
Yeah, it's there
Not-
in Kawasaki. There's a Ninja 450 on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that
And-
a touring bike?
What?
I thought it
Oh,
was
it's a sport
Suzuki.
bike.
It's a crotch rocket.
Sport bike.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's from Crudes too.
Oh, it's not as
We went
funny
over
when
the
you
wall.
explain it.
You asked me.
Probably don't know because it's not your favorite movie.
Oh goodness.
Succession.
Yeah, but you can talk about your jaw now if you want to.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the invite.
My pleasure.
When I was for school, I had to make a survival shelter for an overnight survival day thing, and basically I made my shelter, and then before I made my shelter, I'd looked up and I was like, oh yeah, this is a great area, and then I made my shelter and I looked up and I was like, oh, this is a really bad area, because I saw all the dead trees, so I started cutting them down, and then I cut one down and it fell the wrong, like, I was trying to cut it. It's kind of hard to explain without, like, I don't know, drawing or something. But I was trying to cut it down so it was fall this way, and it fell this way, and it hit this. It hit a tree that was leaning like this, and it went like this, and this side of the tree
It like came
went up, and it smacked me right in the bottom of the jaw, and it just fell down, and it just like bleeding out of my mouth. I was spitting out. I was like, oh no!
Okay.
And then
They want the graphic details.
it was
I
all,
don't think
it was
so.
all numb here, so I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't try and wait this one out. So I radioed in, and then I basically lost. But then I got to redo it I think like a week later, basically.
How'd you do that time?
That time I didn't break my jaw. I didn't actually break it. It's just like kind of fractured-ish.
That's broken.
But I don't know. Like,
no offense, but that's broken.
it seems like it seems like I don't know if it's just like in my mindset or something, because I have a weird mindset where I always think I'm gonna fail something, but then once I fail it, I think it's kind of bad, but once I fail it, then I can do it the next time. So it's kind of like learning by failure, but that was a pretty.
That's a little
That's like
different,
the most.
though.
That's the most extreme way that it's happened. But that
Yeah.
was a
I
learning
broke
by.
my jaw, but
No, but it was it was a good lesson to slow down and stop
I guess, yeah.
trying
Okay.
to rush things
Is
and
it empty?
overthink things.
Yeah, of course.
But then the next week I got to redo it, and it was really nice. Like, I made a raised bed. I got to sleep there, had the fire going all night, and I got like lots of sleep. I got like 6-7 hours of sleep, which is pretty good for survival night. I thought I was going to get like an hour or two.
Yeah,
So I
that's
cut
pretty
lots of
good
wood
for outside.
and had they pretty much thought my shelter was okay. They and I had a signal fire thing that they thought was okay as well. They kind of thought I cut my firewood into like lengths like that because I
thought it was
had
too-
nothing better
too
to do,
big?
and they're like, "Oh, you wasted your energy cutting firewood." I knew they were gonna say that, but I didn't care because I wanted to be warm. So I'm like, I think that's a really dumb marking scheme to
Yeah,
be
like,
like,
if
you cut too much firewood. It's like, okay.
You cut 5 more pieces than you were supposed to.
It's
Oh.
like, I can tell you've had some time here. I was like, okay, thank you.
I did. I'm
I do.
very satisfied with
But-
myself. Thank you.
It was good. I want to do it again, just by myself in the bush somewhere, but try and do it with less tools. Like maybe just take like a lighter, a handsaw, and probably like a tarp and maybe some string. I could do it without string though. Like the 99% of my shelter. Actually, my whole shelter is made without like any.
It's just leaning on
Cords or-
each
yeah,
other
it's-
and everything, right?
I made it on a tree that had fallen down and the roots were like overturned into the clay and stuff, and then I used that clay to put around my fire pit.
Oh, nice.
And then that
Damn.
tree that had fell over like that, I just put a bunch of trees on the side of it and then put a bunch of spruce boughs on it. But I kind of want to look up more like sustainable shelters than that, because I don't really like cutting tons and tons of spruce branches off, even though it's really just pruning the tree in the grand scheme of things. It's not that damaging to the area, but if you go there and do it every week, then you're gonna be taking a lot of nutrients from quite a few trees. So I'd rather find a different way to make a shelter. But it was really fun. I really would like to do it again, because maybe you guys want to do it. Matt, you would probably want to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would want to try.
Would you ever do it?
We could all,
If we all
went
did
together.
it within like 100 feet of each other.
Yeah,
This
that
would
would
be in
be
a different
sick.
shelter.
Oh,
Or we
That'd
could
be
all make
fun.
one super shelter.
Oh no, I don't want to sleep with you guys.
Well, true.
No,
Too much
Man.
for me. Man.
Man, smell. Oh, B-O. If you guys don't know, B-O actually means body odor. Most people don't know that.
That's
It's kind of
I think that's a good place to end.
That's a fun fact of the day to end
Well,
off, man.
it's a shorter podcast, but
Yeah.
thanks for watching. If
you did watch.
if you want, if you did, criminals.
Criminals.
Oh, we see you.
I see you too every once in a while. No, I'm just
All right.
kidding.
Well, like and subscribe if
yeah.
if you liked it, and share with your friends
your
if you
uncles,
I'm
your
gonna point
prison
to
mates.
anywhere that-
dog,
Your
dogs,
prison mates right up there.
anything.
and see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.